The number one reason that you're stuck is because you're trying to avoid mistakes. That's it. That's the whole thing. You're treating business like school, like you'll get an F if you mess up. But business doesn't work that way. Business rewards action. School rewards perfectionism. And if you're still playing by the rules of a system that was designed to make you obedient, not successful, you're going to lose. In this video, I'm going to show you why avoiding mistakes is the fastest way to stay broke and how flipping that mindset is what helped me build a business, quit my job, and finally get my time back. I tried 26 side hustles before anything worked. Not 2, not 6, 26. I counted them up. And not one of them failed because I didn't know what to do. They failed because I was scared of getting it wrong. I was scared of wasting time. I was scared of people judging me. So instead of launching, I played it safe. I researched, I tinkered, I planned, and I got nowhere fast. And this went on for a good 10 to 15 years. And I just kept repeating the cycle over and over again. Once I got fed up with that, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to screw this up. And I'm okay with that. That's when everything changed for me. Now, disclaimer, I had help. I got around people that could help me. I had coaching, I had support, but I still made mistakes. But because I shifted that thinking, that way of thinking from being the obedient 9 to 5 employee into, okay, I'm an entrepreneur now, I'm a business owner, and I don't know what I'm doing. And even though I have help and support, I'm still going to mess this up. I'm going to make my own mistakes. I launched faster. I learned faster, and I finally made money outside of my 9 to 5 job, which I had been trying to do for so long. And I made a lot of money. Like I more than 2.5 times my 9 to 5 income in my first real business that I went all in on, which was a real estate business. And I was able to get my time back, get out of my job. But I made a ton of mistakes that I have learned from to this day. Even with all that help and support that I had, I was able to take those lessons and be like, all right, I know what not to do now, but I had to go through that myself. And so do you. If you embrace mistakes instead of avoiding them, you will get to where you want to go 10 times faster, maybe 50 times faster. And I say this because the moment you put something out into the world, it gives you a feedback loop. And think about that. If you've ever put something out there, like a social media post, you get feedback, right? You either get crickets or you get a bunch of comments or you get likes and shares and maybe you get some hate. But meanwhile, you're learning what works and you learn what doesn't work. You learn what people actually want, and you'll never know until you actually put it out there. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, the person who's still planning, still perfecting everything and tweaking their logo and making sure their website's perfect and all this stuff that really doesn't matter, they're just simply stuck in idea land. And idea land is where businesses die permanently. So if you've been waiting to get it perfect before you launch, you're delaying the very thing that's going to teach you how to win. Like that's the vehicle that's going to get you to where you want to go, is to actually get it out there and launch it instead of trying to make it perfect. This is how I approach everything that I launch now after doing this for close to 6 years now. And this is how I teach my clients to do it too. And I try to make it a very, very simple 3-part framework, right? After we get to the point where we know what we're launching, we know the business, we know the audience, we have the offer, we have all that stuff dialed in. Step number 1 is to simply launch it. Launch ugly, iterate later. If it works, you improve it. And it usually doesn't work, so you're going to have to improve it. If it doesn't work at all, then you just simply move on. And at least you'll know. You'll never know if the thing is going to work if you don't launch it. Now, I realize that there's a lot of other roadblocks associated with that, like fear of judgment and all those things. And I can certainly help you with that. And I'll tell you how by the end of this video. But that's the step. That's step number 1, is just to get it out there. The second part of this framework is to expect the errors. And I teach people to literally write them down and just say, I expect to mess this, and probably that. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm gonna mess it up. Now it's not as scary when you are telling yourself in advance, like, this probably isn't going to work and I'm gonna have to make some changes to it. And then if it doesn't work and it doesn't go the way that you planned, at least you've planned for it, you've expected it, and maybe you don't beat yourself up as much. If you have this fear of failure, anybody judging you, then maybe you feel a little bit differently about that because you're expecting it. The third part of this, and really I think probably the most important part, if I had to rank these, is to get the lesson, right? It's like failure. Every failure has data in it, data that is just straight gold. That data is what's going to build your next win. Think of it like this. Every error brings you one step closer to your breakthrough. Avoiding errors, that just keeps you circling the runway. You never ever take off. If you've ever seen a baby learn to walk, the same concept applies. Like the baby has to crawl first, right? It's trying to stand up and then it's trying to walk. And all the while, the baby is making errors, right? They're falling, they're messing up, but they're also figuring it out. They're getting that feedback. It's like, okay, this didn't work. I got to maybe put my hand on the table and hold on to this and maybe grab something else or hold my parent's hand or whatever it is. And eventually, after doing it over and over and over again and getting that constant feedback loop and realizing, okay, this doesn't work, I got to try something else. Eventually, after a period of time, they walk. And it's inevitable, right? And sure, they're upset. Like they fall down, they cry. But meanwhile, they got people cheering them on and rooting them and showing them how to do it. You know, that's the support group that you have. But they're actually doing it. And that is innate in us. And then all of a sudden, we get into school and it's like, don't mess up, avoid mistakes, right? And then you don't do what we're supposed to be doing, which is getting out there and learning. So as we wrap this up here, and I'm going to give you a resource that will help you. If you're sitting on an idea right now, and a lot of you watching this video probably have been sitting on an idea or multiple ideas, and you're scared that it's not going to be perfect, that's your sign. This is your sign, this video. You're not behind. You're just trying to avoid the part that actually is going to make you better. Let yourself make the mistakes. Let yourself suck. Let yourself get the reps. That's how I finally built a real business. That's how my clients are launching offers using the skills that they already have from a corporate job or an interest or a skill that they have on the side or a life transformation that they went through, doing it in under 90 days. And that's how you'll get free from your mind, number one, and then on the path to building something that could potentially get you out of your 9 to 5 if that's your goal. If you want some help launching your first sellable offer online in under 90 days using what you already know how to do, again, skills from your corporate job, an interest or a hobby that you've developed over the years on the side, or you went through a life transformation that you could potentially help other people with, I want you to check out the link below. It's the Skill to Business Formula. It's a free resource using ChatGPT. I've designed special prompts for you to get all the ideas out of your brain and formulate it into online offers. And I have a walkthrough video as well that's very helpful that shows you how to do it. Again, it's 100% free, or you can just simply drop in the comments the word freedom and I'll send it to you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and get that first offer out there. Stop trying to be perfect. It's killing your growth.